I saw Aeon Pay like you can pay like at merchants and stuff, but I read the blog and I'm like, oh snap, it's a way bigger deal than I thought. So check this out. Qubic has partnered with Aeon Community, aka Aeon Pay. You can now pay with Qubic at real merchants across Asia, Latin America, and Africa through the rails people already use every day. Dude, there's millions of there's millions of merchants. Dude, look at this. Look at this. The merchant installs nothing. They see an ordinary QR payment and get local currency. Dude, this is in millions of merchants have this. 50 million plus merchants. Yo, let's go to the blog though. Let's go to the bloggy blog though. Snoop bloggy blog. Snoop bloggy blog. Blog EBO EBA blog EBO EBA. All right, enough. Shall we play this AI thing for old time's sake? I just want to see how it sounds.
Most tokens live and die inside.
Oh, shut up. Most tokens live and die inside. Jesus. All right. Most tokens live and die inside. So this is the little blog, the Snoop Bloggy blog right here. Qubic. This is written. Oh shit. Or published today, actually. Qubic now live on Aeon Pay across 50 million merchants. That's crazy as hell, dude. This is nuts. Crypto is dead, but Qubic is lit. What are we talking about? Oh, Kravanix in the house. Ayo, ayo. My guy. All right. Most tokens live and die inside the small loop. All right. Most tokens live and die inside the same small loop. You buy them on an exchange, you watch a chart, you sell them on an exchange. The blockchain underneath might be doing something genuinely useful, but the token itself never leaves the financial system in which it was born. So whoever wrote this, you don't end sentences with prepositions. That's why I changed it up. I changed it up real time. That's how quick your boy is. You don't end a sentence with a preposition. Shout out to Mr. Viores. If you're alive, I don't think he's alive, but shout out to Mr. Viores. All right, Qubic has partnered with Aeon to change that for Qubic. Through Aeon Pay, you can now pay with Qubic at real merchants across Asia, Latin America, and Africa. Not as a novelty at a handful of crypto-friendly cafes, but through the same national payment systems that hundreds of millions of people already use to buy lunch. What is Aeon Pay? Question mark. Aeon describes itself as a settlement layer built for the agentic economy. That covers two fairly different things, and it's worth separating them. All right, am I still connected? All right, good. I'm traumatized. Hey, pray to the connection gods. There was a power outage, there was literally a downed wire outside my house a couple weeks ago. Ever since that they fixed it, the internet's been screwy. Dude, my dad literally like saved lives. He was like guiding people away from the live wire and called 911. Anyway, back to the article. The first is consumer crypto payments, which is Aeon Pay. By July 2026, Aeon had processed more than 475 million in total for 2.3 million users across Southeast Asia, Africa, and Latin America. All right, Aeon Pay runs through a Telegram mini app and is integrated with wallets, including BitGet Wallet, Binance Wallet, OKX Wallet. Man, OKX did us dirty. I don't like OKX. Anyway, Solana Pay, Token Pocket, KuCoin Pay, and Bybit. Once again, middle finger to OKX. Oh, I see a new comment. What's up? Ibrahim Karasan Guru 5553 or 50 yeah, 5553. What's crack-a-lack, and welcome to the channel, my guy. If you're new here, what's cracking? Much love. All right, where was I? Where was I? Oh yeah. The clever part is what happens on the merchant side, which is nothing. All right. Milk money. Milk money. Did you see the intro? Shout out to you. I did the intro for you, guy. All right, back to the article. Aeon does not ask a noodle a noodle shop in Manila to install a crypto terminal or hold a volatile asset. Yeah, they're not like, oh, get Lightning Pay and fucking integrate this shit. And nope, none of that. All right, it connects into domestic payment rails that a shop already accepts or that shops already accept. Man, they gotta proofread these things. All right, so the merchant sees an ordinary QR payment and is settled in local currency. The crypto part is invisible to them. That is why the merchant number runs to 50 million rather than 50,000. I'll proofread your articles for free, just so I can read them better when I'm live. The second thing, Aeon is building Aeon. The second thing Aeon is building is settlement infrastructure for AI agents using standards like X402 and ERC 8004. We'll come back to that because for Qubic specifically, it may end up mattering more than the coffee. Oh, it sure will. Happy Thursday. Yo, yo, yo. Yeah, man, catch the replay. It's probably gonna end the same way. That's just a hint. All right. Where you can spend Qubic today. Aeon Pay is live on a long list of national payment systems. Some of these names will be unfamiliar depending on where you live, and that is rather the point. There are excuse me. These are the rails that dominate in their own markets. Asia. All right, let me just read them all because I might have some people watching in Asia. All right, Viet QR and VNPay QR payments and bank transfers in Vietnam. QRPH payments and bank transfers in the Philippines. God. All right, Latin America, Pix QR, Pix key transfers in Brazil, Mexico, Argentina. Yeah, let me not read all those letters because that'll get real annoying to you, not even just me. All right, Colombia, Canada, ooh la la, Africa, Nigeria. Oh, shout out to is I think G Town Diamond. Are you in Nigeria? I think he is. Zambia or Zambia, however you want to say it. Egypt, Pesa. Oh, excuse me, M-Pesa. No, that transferred in Kenya. I was like, is that a country? No, it's not a country. Kenya and Kenya. All right. If you have followed the Cuba community for any length of time, that map should look familiar. Yes, sir. It overlaps almost exactly with where Cubic's most active regional groups already are. The market's opening next. Yeah, this blog actually gets really good. Yeah, I like how it ends. So stick around for the end of the article. It wraps it all up in a little bow here. All right. Aeon Pay's expansion adds SGQR payments in Singapore, which is the a lot of Southeast Asia. They're really big on like crypto. Like we're so behind over here. Like they really they're about that life in Southeast Asia with crypto payments. Anyway, Singapore, prompt pay, and Thailand, Indonesia. Indonesia is a huge market. Um, in Latin America, transfer payments in Chile and Ecuador. Ooh-wee. Transfer payments in Ghana, Ivory Coast, Tanzania, Cameroon, Senegal, South Africa, and Uganda. Yeah, Indonesia is the one to watch. It is the largest economy in Southeast Asia. QRiz is close to universal there, and Qubic has a substantial community presence. When the rail goes live, Qubic's practical reach grows without any additional work on our side. Watch, let me get to the end of this paragraph, and I'm gonna give my little bit on here. Something just popped up. That is the quiet advantage of integrating with the payment network rather than a single merchant. Their expansion becomes our expansion. So before I continue on with the article, right? Think about this. Imagine this, right? Um, adventure with me, kids. Qubic does even a 10x, right? Let's say some people, like they said, we have a big presence down there. People have bags of Qubic. Say they do a 10x, they're like, oh, I could just spend, I don't have to cash out. I could just spend my Qubic. Let's say we do 100x. Let's say we do 1,000x. Dude, that compounds the merchants who that accepts Aeon Pay, they're gonna be like, what's sales are up. People are gonna be spending that Qubic. Oh man, it's gonna be amazing. So people who like, I don't know, just a thought. People who bought for X's, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna be like, man, I'm gonna have 100 million Qubic just in my little Telegram app. Anyway, let's continue on. What you can buy with Qubic. Payment rails are abstract. Brands are not. Yeah. Check out these brands. Starbucks, McDonald's, Pizza Hut, Jollibee, 7-Eleven, Uniqlo. Bruh. All these are international. Definitely they're in America as well. Like these, of course. All of these are in America. Definitely, probably in Southeast Asia. A lot of a lot of those. All right, coffee, fast food, convenience stores closed. Ooh la la! This is, dude. Shout out to the business dev. I'm pretty sure Kim's is responsible for this. It is deliberately ordinary, and the ordinariness is the achievement. A token that pays for a 7-Eleven run in Manila is doing something most layer 1 tokens, including far larger ones, still cannot do. Dude, we're so ahead of the game. Not only are we ahead of the game with like compute efficiency, but we got AI, we got feeless transfers, we got smart contracts that can communicate with the outside world, we got outsourced computations, and now we're in over 50 million merchants all just off the rip. I mean, what are we fucking talking about, man? This is it. This is it. Qubic is like, is it? I was gonna say like Thanos, but Thanos got defeated in the end. Dude, Qubic just has to, like, once Qubic is like all once all the new stuff, once everything's done, dude, all we have to do is, and Qubic takes over the world, dude. Thanos in it, bitch. All right, let's finish up the article. Why the Aeon partnership matters for Qubic. For holders, the case is simple enough. Qubic gains a use that does not require selling at first in markets where Qubic already has people on the ground. For anyone assessing Qubic as a protocol, the more interesting question is what this says about the direction. Qubic's useful proof of work points network computation at decentralized AI training instead of arbitrary puzzles like we were just looking at with the ANN, which is live with BPP 9000, which is also what makes the fastest certic verified blockchain on record. I mean, that's the most slept on fact in crypto, right? We have literally the fastest blockchain ever, certified by Certic. But whatever, I don't care. Ignore us. More accumulation for me. Aeon is building the settlement layer that lets AI agents transact on their own, discovering services, consuming resources, and paying with it without even clicking confirm. And Qubic and the agent economy. Yeah, this is where it gets real good. All right, those two things fit together in a way payments integrations alone would not explain. It gets more bullish. Guys, did you know it gets more bullish? You thought it was over with that, huh? No. It's like the end of, it's like Dark Knight, the Chris Nolan, the second Chris Nolan Batman movie. when like they catch the Joker, right, in the street and they arrest him. I thought the movie was over. It had been going for what I thought was 2 hours already, and then it kept going for another hour. Dude. This is the Chris Nolan wrote this article. All right. The two things put together. All right, I read that already. An AI agent that can reason but cannot pay for anything is stuck. Give it a settlement rail and it can hire compute, buy data, and call APIs on its own account. You see where this is going, you nincompoops? I'm just playing. I love you guys. X402. Let me zoom in. Sorry. You know, I should have zoomed in earlier. Sorry, guys. A man can admit when he's made a mistake. All right, let's go. The Open HTTP native payment standard, now stewarded by the Linux Foundation and ERC 8004, Ethereum's trustless agent standard, are both built for. Aeon supports both. And by integrating Qubic, it adds the token to the set of assets available for that kind of machine-to-machine settlement. So now we're just tossed in. Now all the AI has to do is, ooh, let's use Qubic. Ring, ding, 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 ding. Dude. So as a community, what we need to put out there on X or whatever social media we got, what we have to do is start now, right? Start saying, "Oh boy, I sure bet AI agents are gonna use Qubic. It's feeless and is being built on a AI layer like the world, like nothing the world has ever seen." Doop diddy doop doo. We gotta put that energy out. Ahorita way. Ah, Qubic has been pointed at this problem for a different angle for years through Agarth, the AI layer drawing on the network's miners, a chain whose computation does AI work connected to a network where AI agents settle payments, is a coherent position rather than unrelated announcements. Whether the agentic economy arrives on the timeline it advocates or its advocates, or its advocates expect is an open question, and we are not going to pretend otherwise. But the infrastructure is being built now, and Qubic is in it. Yeah, man, there's no rush, but we're there. We're in the mix. That's all we're saying. We're in the mix, and it's, as long as we're in the mix. All right, how to pay with Qubic on Aeon Pay? Ooh, yeah. Qubic is supported on Aeon Pay now. Blah 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 blah. Let's not get redundant. Boom. Here, link to the Telegram. So it's a Telegram app, I guess. So you pay with Qubic and the merchant is settled in their local currency from the merchant side. It's an ordinary QR payment, which is precisely why it works at 50 million locations rather than a handful. If you do not, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna try to. Cause I go to McDonald's. Hey, guilty as charged. Right? It says it works at McDonald's, right? I'm. Oh, challenge accepted. Should I try this bitch at McDonald's? Should I get my son a Happy Meal with some Qubic? Ooh. On my next DCA, I'm gonna put an extra amount. I'm gonna buy $10 extra worth of Qubic just to spend at McDonald's. Oh, that's gonna be fun. I wonder if it's gonna work. If it doesn't, I'll just be like, oh, whoopsie, my app didn't work. Dude, that'll be so crazy. I gotta film it. I gotta film that bitch. Oh, dude, that'll be so crazy. What comes next? Dude, this is bullish ass news, guys. What comes next? The rails live today are the starting position, not the finished. Aeon's roadmap covers 12 more countries across 3 continents, and each one extends where Qubic can be spent. We will be watching how much Qubic actually moves through Aeon Pay over the coming months, because that number tells us something no announcement can. Adoption is the only real measure whether a payment integration matters. I'm gonna read that again for the people, for the bitches in the back. Dude, we will be watching how much Qubic actually moves through Aeon Pay over the coming months. All right. Here's the juicy, because the number tells us something no announcement can. All right. Adoption is the only real measure of whether a payment integration matters. All right. So we're gonna find out if this matters. But I feel like right now people might not want to. I mean, whatever. They might want to spend their Qubic, but I feel like most people buy their Qubic to invest it, for it to grow. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. I don't know. But I think once we start running, people will for sure spend their Qubic because they're gonna be like, dude, I have unlimited money. I don't have to. I don't have to use the money that I work for. I could just use my Qubic, right? And you're part of my friendship, and then your work money could just stack, and you could just pay for your lunch and shit with Qubic. You could pay for your lunch, your clothes, and whatever else. Dude, this is super bullish. I can't wait to make this a little shorter form video for all the non-live watchers. Dude, that's crazy bullish. That's crazy bullish, dude. If you're not, by the way, if you're not following me on X, make sure you are at Samson of LA. Same as the YouTube channel. Um, so what do we think about that? Let's go to the comments. Let's go to the comments. Let me get this tab off the screen real quick.